Yes, sir. Come on, people. Here we go. Come on into the house.
Let's go. Let's go.
We have one. Who goes there?
Who's in the house?
Who's in here with us? Come on in here. Woo. Elder Sis, what's up?
Hey, hey.
Good to see you on tonight. Hopefully, you had yourself a wonderful day.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know I did. Go. Uh, uh, uh. Come on in here. Y'all already know who this is. It's one of our faves, the Red Hands. We love them, man. All right, we're gonna go on and turn this down because, as you know, if I get flagged by Facebook, I'm gonna have a really bad attitude, and I really don't want to have a bad attitude with my homies from Ohio. You understand what I'm saying? So today is a wonderful day.
Yes.
You know, and you know, I'm just glad that we are sitting in front of you and we are about to have this conversation. You understand what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? You following where I'm going, huh?
I'm sure they are.
Absolutely. So before we do anything, you know, the last couple of weeks, my wife has been trying to come for me. So we're going to start this thing out the right way and say this, how was your day? Oh, yes. There it is.
Say it was a good day.
What?
It was a good day. Today was a good day. I was in Marion, Indiana, at Taylor University for a college visit today, and so it was good. You know, I always love to be with the kiddies. I need to get myself together, y'all. Excuse me while I make a few adjustments.
Make your adjustments here.
I need my glasses. Y'all know I can't see this without my glasses. But no, seriously, it's getting real for the glasses. But yeah, today was a good day. I got to travel yesterday, and I was there today with one of my coworkers. And Taylor University, it's just, I don't know. I don't like to say places are special. It just rings weird sometimes when I hear that, but this applies. It applies here. It's just a really special place. It's just something unique about it, and the love of God is on the campus. Sweet. The students love the Lord, and it was just really cool to be able to go today and talk with these education majors about potentially coming to Christian Academy as a future employer. We also got the opportunity in chapel to hear this woman speak. Her name is Dorena Williamson, and she's from Tennessee, but she writes children's books to help deal with difficult conversations, and a lot of them deal with diversity. And her books are amazing. I'm going to post some pictures on my personal page just because I love the way that she crafted them and put them together. And it's not just diversity, you know, as far as African Americans or Black people, but it is literally whatever diversity, that true diversity. So children with disabilities, Sweet. You know, children that are other races other than African American. And so I don't know, it was just good. And then we were invited to have lunch with Dr. Dyson and the team after. So all that to say, and I know it's a long way to get back to saying it was a good day. Today was a good day. How was your day?
My day was amazing. You already know I don't have bad days. I typically have good days, and today was no exception. I had a great day. My Mondays, can I say something, y'all?
Say something.
I love my job. Okay? I just want to say that. Want to put that into the atmosphere.
And I want you to know he's not lying because he's been saying that.
I love my job. I go into work and I just have a great team. Our atmosphere is really cool. And we just have a lot of fun, man. We get work and it's certainly a job, but I enjoy working at a Christian school. It's really cool. I was sort of skeptical if I'm honest. I was sort of skeptical, but I have found myself really enjoying just being around the kids and being around my teammates and periodically getting to see my wife stop through every now and again. It's been a real cool situation. So
I knew you would
um,
love it
yeah,
because it's who you are. I mean, first of all, it's in the technology department. So when you
yeah,
got 20 something years in technology, previous experience, it's back in your sweet spot. But then also, it's with some of your favorite people, which are the youth. And
yeah.
so, I mean, you can't be a student ministry pastor and not have a heart for the youth. So I thought, I had no doubt in
And
my
I get
mind.
to do a lot of break fix. So, and what I mean by that is like fixing broke screens, replacing keyboards, replacing touch pads and all that kind of good stuff. I'm getting to do that. And like being in IT, I was more on the software development side. So now I'm getting the experience at the break fix side of it, which is, re-imaging computers, figuring out what's wrong with somebody's projector if it's not connecting with their computer, all that kind of good stuff. So it's just really been a good thing, man. And I'm like I said, man, God, He always takes care of us. And I just want to reiterate this to you guys, man. I know some of you may be going through a tough moment, or you might be struggling with a job, or you might not have a job. But what I'm going to say to you is do the things that you know you need to do, regardless of where you are. For example, praying, fasting, giving what you can, giving what you have purpose in your heart to give. And I really believe that when you do that in such a time as this, God is really going to honor your commitment. He's going to honor your willingness to put yourself in a very uncomfortable situation, to show Him that you love Him more than you love anything else. Okay. So we're gonna get off that tangent and we're gonna get into this conversation.
Somebody's waiting on something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, we gotta do this because it's just the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
It's Monday. It's after 9 o'clock. You see these two marvelous faces sitting in front of you. That can only mean one thing.
What's it mean?
It means it's Mary's Foolish Mondays.
On Monday.
On Monday,
Mama
player.
Gibbs.
Hey, Mama Gibbs, good to see you on tonight. Hopefully, you have had yourself an amazing day. I know God has been good to you as He's been good to us. And so tonight, what are we going to talk about tonight?
So
What's our topic?
tonight's topic, and I had it out there, but it's holiday do's and don'ts.
Holiday. Go ahead.
Holiday do's and don'ts relationship series, and this is part one. And I'm literally
Yeah.
IJS. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that's what it's
Yeah.
holiday do's and don'ts. Relationship holiday do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
I'm just saying part one.
Part
and
one.
we probably will come back with this. We'll have some more things. So we'll do some tonight, and then next Monday we'll do a few more, and then that Monday right before Christmas we're gonna whack them, sack them.
Listen, we're gonna that Monday before
Actually,
Christmas. No, Christmas is on
Monday. So we'll have this come. I think we have one Monday, only one.
We'll only have one Monday, but we can come on Christmas. We
can
get on
Christmas. We have the 11th and the 18th. So
Okay,
those will be our 2 Mondays that we come.
We come on Christmas.
I'm not interested in coming on Christmas. I love y'all, but I'm gonna be with
All right,
my
so
mama.
why don't we do what we did that one year when we were in Florida? We come on that Friday. You remember we listened to the music and we was just having fun. We were just talking. Yeah. I think we should do that.
Let's not commit.
Let's take a poll. Let's take a poll.
We're gonna chit chat about it.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably put a poll out to see what you all say. But yeah.
All right, so let's get into this conversation. What is our number one? What's our first do or don't for the holiday season?
Okay, so the first one, do not. So it talks about relationships. So this one is talking about relationships and new relationships. So this is really for our single people. Do not go crazy on Christmas gifts for the person that you're in a new relationship with. It's your first Christmas together. No need to go overboard. You want to speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, because you know that song, "Money can't buy me love." Money can't buy me love. Money can't buy you love. So don't be out here trying to buy all these expensive gifts, trying to impress people. because they probably, they're not making their decision on what you can or cannot get them. Some people are. And if that is a person that you're dealing with, you might want to ask some questions. You understand what I'm saying? You want to make sure that what's up, Lisa Brown? Good to see you
Hey,
on
sis.
tonight. But yeah, man, you do not want to be overspending on these gifts. Be smart. And especially if your budget is tight. Okay? Don't be out here running up your credit cards and all this other stuff for someone you don't know. Okay? Just don't do it. Because it's just not smart. And you don't want to set a precedence, because let me tell you something, singles. What you set as a precedence will be what you have to live by in the relationship.
Absolutely.
You hear what I said?
Say it again.
What you set as a precedence now is what you will have to maintain in your relationship. So do not set a negative, or I won't even say negative. Do not set a false expectation by trying to impress somebody before you even get to know them. You understand what I'm saying? Don't do that. That ain't cute. That ain't sexy. You know what I'm saying?
And because here's the thing, like you said, you're not trying to really, you don't want to set that precedence. You also not trying to, it's not the time to try to impress somebody. And then what happens at the end after that? You spend all that money, you pour all in, right? You break your bank, and then you're looking for loans and handouts and help after the holidays.
Listen,
because you did all the things, right?
What's up, Michael? Michael Williams. What's up, boy? Good to see you on tonight, man. I love you. But yeah, you really don't want to be setting these unhealthy you don't want to be setting these unhealthy goals or expectations, right? Because when you start doing this stuff, you are secretly setting an expectation in that person. And if you can't reach that, and that's not something you can do on a consistent basis, you better pull back, player, and pump the brakes, because you be setting yourself up for failure. I'm just saying.
And so that was talking really about, in a new relationship. So, because we're going to kind of break it down. We're going to talk about in a new relationship. Then we're going to talk about some things if you've been if you're married or in an established relationship, still some things that are not the best to do.
Absolutely.
Right. And so this example had me cracking up, because when I was looking through the topic, this one gave the example of somebody who's in a new relationship with a person that's a Packers fan. So they went out and bought all this Packers gear. They're like, oh, he likes the Packers, and literally broke the bank getting stuff. And really, most of the stuff they bought, because it was a new relationship, they didn't realize the person already had most of the stuff that they went out and bought. So not only did you spend all that money, but you wasted your time on duplicates.
What's up, Mel Taylor? Good to see you on
Mel,
tonight.
Mel.
Just be smart, people. I know you want to look good in front of the new people, right?
Lord.
But just be smart while you're doing it, okay? What's our next one?
Number 2, if you're in a new relationship, don't move too fast. All right. So I'm gonna just read this. I'm gonna read this verbatim. It says, if you started dating someone you really like, it might be tempting to bring them to Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, but that could also freak them out. All right. So again, a family event may not be the place for the brand new relationship.
Nah, I really think that is probably something that requires a little bit of time of being together, especially if you have children. You certainly don't want to be bringing your children around someone that is not a potential candidate for marriage. Just not a smart thing, especially if you got young, impressionable young people. Like if you got kids that are really young, you really don't want to be setting that precedence for them this early in the game. You want to be making sure you got your vet game on real good. You're vetting through the people that you are bringing into your surroundings.
Absolutely. We got some comments out here.
Okay.
Dr. Patrick is on. Hello.
What's
hello,
going on,
hello.
Dr. Patrick? Good to see you on tonight.
He said, whatever you tolerate, you permit to exist.
Absolutely.
From yourself and from someone else.
Say that one more time.
Whatever you tolerate, you permit to exist. And that's from yourself and from someone else.
Listen, you really gotta you really just gotta be careful, because sometimes you have that new car smell, right? Yeah, the leather smell all fresh. You know what I'm saying? You get all up in there, smell all new and stuff, and you just be doing stuff, and you're not realizing, yo, I can't. This is not something I can maintain. For example, if you got a new car, you can't be running that car through that car wash every week if you ain't got the money to maintain that. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing when it comes to your relationship. If you know you don't have the capacity, number one, and or the ability to maintain a particular level, don't set it at all. Because you're gonna set yourself up, man. You're gonna set yourself up, and then when you stop doing it, they're gonna be looking at you like you crazy.
And when you talk about that new car smell, the thought that came to mind is, holidays are, again, people say magical. I'm not talking about black magic or anything like that, but there's just a wonder around Christmas season and that warm and fuzzy, and we all want to feel it. And so sometimes in the past, I'll say, before marriage, I've kind of, made sacrifices, and literally not good sacrifices, to have a feeling at Christmas time. So that, what, that should be our next one.
What?
Don't sacrifice in like looking for a feeling, like a feel good. And I don't know how to really type that out. I'm gonna say it in a minute.
I'm glad you said that. Go ahead.
No. That was it. I mean, that's the general thought. Because sometimes, you just kind of want that warm and fuzzy feeling. And even if it comes to, so this is another one for don't overspend, and don't sacrifice. Let me stay on point. Don't sacrifice in exchange for the feel good, that feel good, warm and fuzzy feeling.
Oh, lightning bolts. Listen, listen, let me tell you something. See, this is the thing. I believe a lot of us, this is where a lot of us really go wrong in relationship across the board. We allow our feelings to lead and guide.
Oh, man.
Where are we going? Do you understand your feelings can be unstable all the time? Do you understand your feelings should not be a foundational pillar by which you set your relationship standards on?
Mm-mm.
Because you can feel happy one minute and be in the dumps the next. Your relationship shouldn't have to pay the penalty because your emotions are out of whack. You got to learn how to have some emotional intelligence around this joint. You understand what I'm saying? You got to learn how to think with your emotions, not let your emotions think for you, but you think for your emotions. You tell your emotions how we're going to be, because your emotions can get out of whack.
Absolutely.
Your emotions can see wrong. It can feel wrong. That's why the Bible tells us in Colossians 3:2, set our affections, set our heart, our mind on God. Because if it's not set on God, you're going to do like this.
Correct.
And I ain't doing, what's his name? Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. I'm just saying you're going to be unstable. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is you have to be thinking about this stuff. Like, and okay, let me help y'all. Why we talking about this whole emotional piece? Let me help y'all. Stop giving text messages emotions and feelings. Okay? If somebody sent you a text, it's just a text. Y'all don't got big mad, got all attitudes and carrying on over something. You made a text say have feelings. That text is just a text.
Okay.
Go ahead. Come on.
So you all know that we lovingly sometimes stand on opposite sides of, will land on opposite sides of the coin with that. Now, I do agree to that to some extent. However, I'm a very,
Come on.
I like to dig into tones. And so, like, certain, and see, here he goes. So I already know. I know what he's going to say. And I know what some of you might say. I'm still who I am. I got to be me, right? So I do think that texts, emails, written messages can carry a tone. And I say it is based on whatever the nature of the conversation is. And if there was any pre speech before the text was sent, right? So that's when I'm looking at, okay, tone, or when I'm trying to identify a tone. If there's been some conversation about something, come on. So we're gonna read that because that needs to come out. But if there's been a conversation about something and then you're hitting me with a text pertaining to that conversation, I'm receiving that text. Usually, the tone that I'm picking up from that text is usually whatever the spirit was in the conversation. Now, again, I'm always going to be me, and I'm always going to be subject to potential correction. So I don't have any problem with that. But I don't have any problem with that, period. New sentence. I still am who I am. And so until I can figure out how to not do that, if it is not something that should be done, y'all gonna have to give me grace. Praise the Lord.
You know what I do? If I feel like I'm in my feelings, I let somebody else read the text to make sure that I ain't in my feelings.
Yeah, and that's a good practice. That's a good practice. I do that when somebody sends a message, like I said, and there was some conversation. I also do that before I send a response. A lot of times, and that's mainly with email. I'll have my coworkers, they probably laugh at me all the time because I'm like, hey, can you read this for me? Can you tell me how does this sound? And one time my coworker was like, delete. That's all she said was delete.
Listen, get another set of eyes on that thing, because again, if you know me, then you know I'm a literal person, right? I look at things from a literal and logical perspective. So when it comes to messages, hey, Sister Debbie, good to see you on night.
Love you.
We love you, man. I'm like this. A text, and I know some of y'all gonna disagree with me. That's cool. I'm okay with that. But a text can't have emotions. Stop giving these daggone things that they don't have. If y'all be acting like these daggone texts is like full grown people with heads and hearts and hands and feet, and they just told you something, did something. No, stop all that craziness. Like, literally, just read the text for what the text is. And if you think they're trying to say something, before you go getting big mad, before you go and get frustrated and all that other stuff, give somebody a call and say, can you explain to me what you meant?
And that is true. That's true. And I will say that because you can, you have to get clarity before I say, get clarity before you get mad, right? Because you don't want to waste anger. Anger is not something you want even in your person anyway. You don't want it around you. You don't want it in your spirit. So definitely don't waste opportunities to invite it in when it's unnecessary or when it shouldn't be there.
Absolutely.
Dr. Brown says electronic communication is for ideas and information, not clarification and confrontation. And you're right. And so here's the thing.
Say it one more time. Give it to me one more time. Give it to me one more time.
You don't want to read it. Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I said you don't want to read it. Hold on one second. Electronic communication is for ideas and information, not clarification and confrontation.
For ideas and information. Huh? For Dr. Patrick, I love you, bro.
Yeah, I do too. That's good.
That is so good.
So let me give y'all
go ahead.
Some more transparency for me. I don't like confrontation. Now let's be clear. I will confront a situation, but I don't really like confrontation. I don't like how it makes me feel, and I don't know where that is coming from. So, Dr. Patrick, you may need to get with us offline. We may need to get with you offline so we can dig into some things.
Right.
I'm totally open to it, but I don't really like confrontation because sometimes I don't like hurting people's feelings. I don't like letting people down. Those kinds of things because I've that's one part of it, right? So I got a whole thing going. So yeah, just start praying and interceding now. I also sometimes it's in my performance review. I gave myself the goal at work to continue or to learn and what is it? Practice Matthew 18 more often. And what that is if you have an odd or if your brother has an odd against you, you go to them, right? And so a lot of times I wouldn't go to people because I felt like, again, so there's some pride there, that they ain't gonna listen anyway. They don't want to hear what I have to say. What I have to say might not be all that important to them, or they're not gonna change their behavior. So I'm just gonna put them over here, like, and just realize, nope, I know that's how they operate. They're checked off the list. They're off the island. I'm gonna go on with my life in this space.
You want me
right?
to tell you what I learned about that?
Yeah, go ahead, because I want to finish with the confrontation piece. Go ahead.
What I learned about that is, and I learned this from you actually. What I learned about that is you still say it because you may be hindering them from seeing something that they need to see. Go.
And so yeah, so and it's funny how you can give somebody that wisdom, right, or share that, but have trouble allowing it to be applied in your life all the time. But my thing was, I really just didn't want to hurt people's feelings, or I felt like what I had to say was invaluable to them, and my feelings really didn't matter. Then I had some sort of martyr syndrome. Well, we're Christians and believers, and so we should just take it on the chin and go ahead. No,
listen,
no,
we are not the same in that regard.
No, we are absolutely not.
I don't mind.
Y'all know this guy right
I
here.
don't mind confrontation.
Not at all. And so what I would do in order to kind of build myself up in that space, I would put my confrontation in an email and then say, let's please talk after. Because the other thing I didn't want is to be interrupted, because when I'm doing something that is uncomfortable for me, I don't want, or that causes me some discomfort, I don't want to be interrupted, because then I'm going to get off. I'm going to lose my train of thought. So I graduated from not saying anything and stuffing things to sending an email and saying, hey, let's talk. Read the email and let's talk after. And then now I actually have stretched out even more to having verbal, just starting with the verbal. Like, I'll bounce off what I want to say verbally with my husband or with, somebody that's trusted. And then I just say the thing. And I said that a couple of weeks ago on our women's prayer on Wednesday mornings. If you're not, shameless plug in to Whole Ministries so that you can be with us at 6 a.m. on Wednesdays. But I said it. Sometimes you just need to say.
It's for women.
It's for women on. Yeah, I said for women.
I didn't think you said that.
I said women.
Okay, I'm just making sure they know.
Watch the playback.
Because they be mad at you.
Right, because the men, y'all get on there, you're going to get blocked. You can't even get in. It's a private page. Anyway, but yeah, so sometimes you just have to say the thing, say the words, right, instead of pushing things down. So let me go. Let's go. We got something. Okay. No, just good information. Okay. All right. So yeah. So again, the last point was electronic communication is for ideas and information, not clarification and confrontation. Yeah. And it's funny because
that's so good, man.
I did that today. It wasn't a confrontation situation, but someone texted me about a particular, because there's an event that we're doing, and the young woman texted me and asked me, did she have the information right? And it just seemed like the waters were getting more muddy the more we text back and forth. And I said, you know what, I'm about to call her because this is confusing. And that quick 5-minute phone call, if that, cleared up everything that all that text was jumbling up. So anyway.
Hello, Sister Juanita. Good to see you on tonight.
Good to see you, ma'am.
But I think one of the things that you have to learn how to do, and I think all of us at some point in time, we have to get to a place where we get our emotions and feelings under control. Because when you're reading these texts and these messages, and if your emotions is all over the place, man, it will have you saying some stuff to people you ain't got no business saying, and doing some things to people you ain't got no business doing. So, like, literally, before you send the text message back, breathe. You understand what I'm saying? Like, really breathe through it. Look at the text, because I've done it. I've said something. I did it to Cassie last week. I was like, girl, you ain't tell me you love me. And it was right there in the daggone text.
Y'all.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, and I don't mind putting myself on the chopping block, because, listen, I want us all to grow. We're not perfected individuals. We're walking towards perfection through Christ. But we want you to understand, like, we're all going through this thing together, and we want you to know that you're not alone, because these are things that we have to learn how to be better at.
Correct.
Absolutely. And we don't want to be having no blow-ups during the holidays.
Yeah. So yeah, let me, because I got the next one, but let's just put that. That'll be number 4. So what we're talking about tonight are relationship do's and don'ts during the holidays, right? Or we said relationship do's and don'ts, the holiday series, and this is part 1, because we are going to come back next week and the following week and give some more. But what was that? Can you say that one more time? I'm
Which part?
The one that we said would be number 4. You just said something. Don't.
Oh my God.
I'm going to say.
Well, basically what I'm saying is take a pause before you start going all the way into your feelings and emotions, because give yourself a chance to catch an error before you send it out. Pretty much.
So take a pause.
Yeah, breathe.
And breathe.
And really read the message so that you can understand what's being said, because sometimes we just glance at it and then we see a trigger word or a trigger phrase, and then we mad. We're fish grease hot. Like and only because you hadn't taken the time to sit there and look through the message and really got what the person was trying to say. They might have typed a couple words wrong, and that threw the whole message off. So you have to make sure that you're looking at the message before you start getting into your feelings.
Yeah. So insert funny story, right? They might also be talking to text. So let me tell you right now about talk to text. I was sending a message. Okay, we got some things here. I'm going to pull these up in a second. I was sending a message to someone during a time of consecration. The church was on consecration. And it was no caffeine was one of our sacrifices. Caffeine was a sacrifice. And we were just kind of doing our greetings. One of my sisters in the Lord, one of our daily greetings that we did, and just checking in on each other, making sure each was doing well and each was okay, for the day. And so I'm talking back to text, and I was saying, I wonder, is decaf coffee allowed? Because I was like, I need some decaf or something like that. It was something like that, basically trying to see what I could actually have. And it said, basically, that text that was returned to her said a couple inappropriate words that I would never say.
I remember that. I remember
and
that.
It was, I'm just going to give y'all, because we're all adults on here tonight. In the text, it said the slang word for the male reproductive organ and the slang word for buttocks, donkey, ass, basically. And so imagine seeing those 2 words in a text. And I was crafting that text for our pastor at the time to ask him. So when you say
that's funny.
clarification, that's funny. Right? That text is not the place. Text messaging is not the medium to use for that. All right. So anyway, moving on. We got some comments. Elder sis says she's guilty of responding without breathing. Hey D, love you, girl.
Love you, D.
Lele said, Alethea, I feel it's easier to not have my emotions intact when I haven't had my personal time with God. I am quicker to respond. You got that right, before allowing it to be filtered.
Absolutely. Because again, like we teach here, like before you go engaging people, make sure you engage with the Lord first.
You got that right.
Make sure the Holy Spirit has tapped your person, your mind, your emotions, your feelings, all that. Make sure you've been in His presence, because I've just found, me personally, like Lele said, I just found personally that I am just better. My days go better when I start my days out with prayer and in the Word. It just does.
It does. And so I plug in with our brothers and sisters of the commission on their all over, but the hub is in Baltimore, and so I plug in with the ladies' prayer in the mornings, and if I can't pray out loud, usually I'm listening in, but you got to, and I literally I start my day. Okay, so I get up, thank you. It's standard. A thanks is coming out of my mouth, and it's not routine or religion, but it is built in. So whatever you want to call that, just that thanks for the initial thanks for even cracking my eyes open to see another day. Did I say cracking my old eyes open?
You said it.
I
I
think
didn't.
I might have said that out
I think
loud.
you might have did.
Anyway, the next thing is I'll do my daily Bible plan. I put that on while I'm brushing my teeth and doing the things. And then I do my actual Bible lesson, like the Bible plan, and then prayer. So I kind of literally, if I don't, it's almost like if I miss a step, something feels off. Right. And it's not a step of, again, religious routine, but it is the steps of what I feel personal discipleship. Just making sure that I'm in line here, get that, what is that? Get my vertical together before I start trying to horizontal.
Let me tell y'all something. You can never go wrong with getting in the presence of the Lord first. You can just never go wrong. It's always going to set you right. Real talk. Like, before I do anything, I try, I thank God because I get up at 4 a.m. now to get to the gym before I have to be to work at 7. So, like, when I'm up, I'm like in it. And I'm like, I have time to be by myself to drive to the gym. So I'm listening to my word. I'm praying on the way there. I'm just making sure that I'm getting, that time in with the Lord. And it's like literally, man, I have not had, since I've been at work and since I've been doing this, I have not had bad days. I really just haven't. And I really believe that is because I have started my day out for me the best way I could.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I don't even want to. She said, "Oh my OMG, that's dedication, bro." Yeah, you got that right.
Listen, because I want y'all to know something. I was once 247 pounds, and that did not feel good. And I told myself, I said, self, we ain't gonna be fat again, ever in life. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care if I gotta not eat a lot. We ain't gonna be fat over here, okay? So I get my tail up at 4 a.m. Thank God, because it's gotten easier over the last 3 weeks. So I've been doing that for the last 3 weeks since I started my new job. And man, when I tell you, it has been a game changer for me. Yeah, it really has.
And morning workouts. That's another thing. This won't be we'll make that one number 6. Well, I want to kind of stay in our ordering because I guess that would be another good point through the holidays, right? Do keep yourself healthy, right? Because a lot of times, holidays, I'm telling you right now, I am with unapologetically a sweets eater in general. But on the holidays, you just kind of feeling those feelings and looking for that warm and fuzzy wonder magic feeling that you get at the holidays. And there's plenty of things to eat. There's too many treats at Christmas time. Y'all know your girl, Little Debbie zebra cakes, right? Well, they make those Christmas tree cakes. Sign me up, right? They make them for all different Hallmark holidays and regular holidays alike. I am equal opportunity, Little Debbie zebra cake, Christmas tree cake, birthday cake, Valentine cake, any of them. But have some discipline. Do have some discipline. I'm putting that here. Number 5, do have some discipline when you are engaging in all the work parties. My Lord, I just feel like there's an assignment or an attack against me for fatness during the holidays. And I walk right into the attack willingly. Take me. Here I am. Have me. Right? But do display discipline. You with me, honey?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
Do have some discipline.
You gotta have.
This is your favorite thing to talk about.
Listen, I tell people all the time, like, how am I gonna phrase this? Okay, so I established this, or I figured this out about myself probably like in my late 20s. And what I figured out was when I was disciplined in the area of working out, I was normally disciplined in every other area. Like if I was disciplined in reading my word and working out, in every other area, I was disciplined. I was good. And when I was not good. So what I'm saying to you is find the regimen that works for you and stick to it, and then know your parameters. Know how many days you can go before it becomes a problem for you, and keep from getting to that number, because a lot of times what happens is a lot of us become undisciplined because we lose our discipline. Mm-hmm. So remember, keeping your discipline is a lifestyle. It has to be a lifestyle. And give yourself breaks from doing what you do. Like sometimes I'll go a whole week without running so my body can have a break.
I better delete that thing because I said no days off with the discipline.
No, I mean, you can't take off you can't remove discipline, but there are certain things that you need to do to make sure that you stay fresh. Like if you're going to remove this discipline in this area, put another discipline that's not so strenuous on your body or your thought process, right?
Gotcha.
So make sure that you're doing those things to help yourself stay within the guidelines, because if you're not staying within the guidelines, then that is where you're going to start falling off. What Dr. Patrick say?
1 second. Sorry, you asking me when
I'm sorry, man.
So what we're doing here, y'all, while he's talking, I'm typing. So I'm gonna tag him in to read while I get the comments in.
He says discipline is also a mindset before a skill set. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that's last week we were talking about the mind. We were talking about, really transforming and renewing your mind and what that looks like on a day-to-day basis. And the way that you discipline your mind is you have to make your mind obey. Your mind can't have the power over you. You have to have the power over your mind. Yeah. Through the help of the Holy Spirit. So, and then it will become a skill set. Why am I disciplined? I've been disciplined this way for at least 22 years. Because I lost weight probably 4 to 5 years before I met you. So, yeah, probably about 22 years. And it has been the same. What do I do every day?
Stop bragging.
What do I do every day?
Stop bragging.
I'm not bragging.
This is wrong, y'all.
I'm not bragging.
This is wrong.
I'm trying to prove a point. What do I do every day? Come on. Help me out here. Come on, buddy. Help me out.
So he does go to the gym every day in the morning. And he runs like anywhere about 5 miles a day without fail. The only exceptions are he may give himself 2 days out of the 7-day week to not do that. But yeah, every day. And eats pretty much one meal a day and maybe some snacks.
And anytime I go...
Good morning, Gibbs.
What's going on, Gibbs? Anytime, we love you guys. Anytime I go out of that regimen, I start picking up weight.
Alonzo said, I ain't seen the gym.
Listen, I'm not going to go to the gym. It's going to happen. Because it's a part of my skill set now. It's a part of my mindset. If I go out of town, do I not find a gym?
He will find a gym.
I'm gonna find a gym.
We go to our spiritual parents in Cleveland, and he goes to I think it's the Y or wherever he goes.
Medina Recreation Center.
Okay, so yeah, so he found it's $7 per visit, but he's gonna make sure that he's in there, and I respect it because I have not seen a gym, and my body is sure enough telling me none of y'all better not even think to part your lips to say yes, sis, you put on some pounds. I know this. But we're going to get it together. Don't you worry about me. Just worry about pray for me that this discipline comes the way it should in my life. And I don't make no excuse, because part of it was I went too hard in the paint trying to get myself ready for to get back into action, and I done messed my hip up, my hip and my back, and so I'm healed and things are feeling better. So I'm without excuse now to get back in there. But to God be the glory.
And the point I was making though is that you have to make it. It has to become like a necessity. You know what I mean? You can't give yourself like major breaks. If you give yourself a break, it will become a a habit. You'll have an habitual reason to not go to the gym, or habitual reason to not do the things that you know you should be doing to keep yourself in a healthy place for you. What that looks like, I'm a runner. You may not be a runner. Go out there and walk. It's something that you can do to keep yourself disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And so I'm a walker. I'm a walker. I'm an elliptical. I'm a dancer, and that means, what I mean by that, I love to dance, but also and also anything Zumba, step aerobics, any of those things. I got it. You got me. You know, I'm in. Alonzo said, "Don't make nothing new for Christmas. Stick with the program. Experiment in February." Oh, he's catching up with the conversation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen,
Lele said, "Where y'all at that this morning?" That's just our running. That's our running thing, Mama. We always say, every time Lonza comes on, he says, "Good morning." So.
absolutely. But the thing is like, and another thing that I want to, because I want to help you guys here, because I believe that if you find your discipline to a skill set, it's going to be a game changer for you. I really believe that. Like, some of us have been undisciplined because we have been getting beat up in this season. And I really believe that this new mindset of disciplining yourself to work out, disciplining yourself to eat better, disciplining yourself to get into the Word of God, disciplining yourself to stop being so emotional,
My Lord.
disciplining yourself to not be a gossiper and all this other stuff, but really disciplining yourself to be more spiritual. I really believe that if you do that, you're going to see God bless you in ways that you've not experienced in a long time. I really believe that.
Amen. So, kind of getting to our next thing. So tonight, what we're talking about, God bless
Sorry.
you, holiday do's and don'ts, the relationship series. This is part 1. We're going to come back with this 2 more times before the holidays. So we're kind of just trying to, so this week is just kind of some practical things. So we started out with, don't go crazy on gifts, like those kinds of things, right? But Lonzo, time out. Lonzo said the Lord been rebuking him all week. He said, "Okay, I'm about to go back to the gym." Yes.
Get yourself
Yes,
back in
sir.
that gym, bro.
Yes, sir.
Like, real talk.
So number 6 is for our singles. This one is, this is for our singles. Don't freak out if you don't see your new love as much during the holidays. So if you're in a new relationship,
Yeah,
and you don't see that person as much during the holiday, don't freak out. Don't panic. A lot of times people have their family tradition set, and we
yeah.
already told you, stop expecting after 2 months of dating to be at the family Christmas dinner or family Thanksgiving dinner. You're not family yet.
You gotta earn your way yourself into that place. You don't just start there. You know, like, sometimes that may happen, but I just don't think it's smart to do that. I
No.
think that, you have to certainly pace yourself in relationship, especially if that relationship looks like it's going to lead to the altar.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and
So
sometimes, now I will say this, sometimes maybe our family situations aren't what we would like them to be, and we're in that relationship with that person, and they have what we consider the picture perfect family, or the picture perfect, the fireplace with the Christmas decorations, the snow falling outside. It's like, but don't insert yourself because of what you feel you have lacked, right? Now I'm not gonna say don't go. If you're invited to go, go, but don't have that expectation of, well, we're together, so now I'm gonna jump in on all of your things. It's just not fair to them, and it puts really an awkward discomfort, if you will, and an awkward strain that's unnecessary in the relationship.
You got to get to a place where you are healthy holistically, mentally, spiritually, physically. Like where things are not so easily setting you off. Um, because again, that can be a turnoff.
Yeah.
Like if I feel like I can't, um, if a person feels like they can't go enjoy themselves because you're going to have a problem, that's going to be a problem.
That's gonna be a problem.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you really, like, singles really start thinking about that. And please don't take this the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
But singles, don't be needy, man.
Oh, come on. Elaborate.
Just don't be needy. Don't be needing them to be around them all the time. Don't be needing to have them tell you everything that you need to do to be happy and whole. No, be happy, healthy, and whole with the Lord, and add value to the relationship because you have been healthy and whole in the relationship with you and the Lord.
And I'm laughing because that's, I mean, I'm not laughing, but I'm chuckling because I'm like, yeah, that's it. Wholeness is really the key, because when you are whole, you're not looking or expecting someone else to do that for you.
Yeah.
Right? You come in knowing that you are an asset. You come in also when you're whole in your mind, you come in with the understanding that goes back to that emotional intelligence, that understanding and knowing that, okay, this is new, right? And this is for the new relationships. And even for relationships that are a little bit established, if you're not married, there should be no expectation that you're going to be, that you have to be at family events during the holidays. And I know that's hard to hear, but it's true.
I just think that when you're in relationship, you have to learn how not to put unneeded pressure on the relationship. Stop pressuring the relationship to be something that it doesn't have to be and isn't supposed to be at that moment.
Right.
Like, have healthy progression. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Have healthy progression. And know when it's okay to for them to be by themselves.
Right.
It's
That's true.
okay.
And I said this is for singles. These couple of points are because um it's sometimes tough, right? When you are in love and you dating somebody and you're like, yes, I'm finally gonna get, and I'm finally, don't set any of those kinds of expectations because you will get your feelings hurt. Lonza said Leah got mad when we started dating and my cousin didn't invite her to the wedding. Ma'am, they don't know you.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Correct.
it's stuff like that that we have to learn how to balance ourselves emotionally with.
And he said, ma'am, they don't know you and they paying per person. Correct, right? We don't know what these people have set up or prearranged, what they planned in January or last Christmas for this Christmas, not including a +1.
More to my point,
Yeah.
like, be okay if that's the scenario.
Yeah.
Be okay if that's the situation. If that's the setup,
That's the setup.
that's the setup.
Lonza said, don't be married until you're married, people. Correct.
That's the point right there.
That is.
Stop being like y'all be a hole up in each other's face and all this other stuff, doing stuff that you ain't got no business doing. And then you wonder why you fall into temptation. Well, you fall into temptation because temptation was presented. If you're not in a place where it can be presented, you can't fall into it. It's that simple. Like, we have to start being mindful of this stuff. You full-fledged got hormones. Full-fledged. Especially if you don't have sex before, you have hormones. If you know you don't have the strength to be around that person kissing and hugging and all that, stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah, so that, okay, I put the next one, but I'm gonna put
What was the next one?
About being on good behavior, but no, I want to switch it out. All right, I'm gonna switch this real quick because Another thing, okay, singles, here we go. Holidays are that warm and fuzzy time, that feeling you want to feel fulfilled or be filled.
Listen,
Look, be
don't
filled.
be filled.
Right? Don't be filled.
Don't be filled.
Don't be
Be filled with the
FEELED.
spirit.
Be FILLED.
Be filled
Right?
with the spirit. Okay.
Because I mean, what is it? December, last September, October, babies being birthed because of trying to cozy up at Christmas time. Right? Out. So do mind your hormones. Like he said, and I'm going to put that as number 8. I'm going to go back to 7, but number 8, do mind your hormones. Right? Please. Don't be jaded. Don't think of yourself more highly than you ought to with regard to if you're in a new relationship, right? And this is your first holiday having a boo, honey. I want you to put some space in between you and boo.
Okay, I'm gonna go on and say it.
Fireside is blazing bright.
You full-fledged have a sex organ.
Chestnuts roasting. We don't got time.
Take those nuts off the chest.
Excuse us. Sorry, folks.
Take them off. Stop letting them
roast.
No. What I'm saying is,
we have new viewers.
What I'm saying is when it comes to your organs, your organs have a whole personality.
Jesus, they do.
You understand? And you got to know your organ is going to try to tell you what y'all going to do.
Yes.
Okay?
It's true.
So you need to tell your organ, shut up and sit down.
Help me, Lord.
Okay? You don't run me, I run you. I'm the boss here. You understand what I'm saying? Because, again, that's why some of us be falling into sexual sin, because we're not using our brains when it comes to knowing what our setup is. And the word says that we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know how he comes up. If you know you are a sexually driven person, stop being around situations that can lead you to sex.
No, that's just facts. That's not rocket science. It is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm just saying.
They are laughing. Yes, I know. Look, Jen said he did not just say take those nuts off the chest. I said, yes, he did. She said, I logged on just in time. Lathia and Cordell said, OMG, you got us laughing over here.
I'm just saying, people, we got to be smart in these last and evil days.
And sometimes you got to say it in a way. And sometimes I blush. I think I say some things maybe off camera, just in our little village, like our little mini village, or if we're with you all separately. But this man, he's going to just say it so everybody in the world that's a part of the village. I need you all
to know.
Yes.
Listen.
Don't say it again.
Get your sex organs under control. Okay, that part's okay. If you are not married, you need to get your sex organs under control. Okay? And if you are married, you need to have your sex organs under control.
Please have them under control.
All right. Hey, Jen, good to see you, girl. We love you. Yes. You already know. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. Because I am sick and tired of hearing people caught up in stupid stuff that they could have avoided.
Right. And people pitter-patting around conversations. And so some of the people that are a part of the village, they need to hear it exactly like he said it. It registers that way. And so we thank God for his creative delivery.
I'm just saying, if you're going to be like, you got to know, right? I'm going to help you single people today. I'm helping y'all today. Okay? You got to know, if y'all all cuddled up, y'all at one of y'all's house, Lord. Ain't nobody else there. It's Christmas time. There's chestnuts roasted on an open fire, and there's soft music playing. Sounds like a recipe to humping to me. I'm just saying. So you gotta know. You gotta stay out the hump zone. Okay? I need y'all individual.
Help me.
Okay?
Stay out of the zone.
I need y'all to stay off the hump zone. You Lord. Singles. Listen, Commission, I need you to give this message to y'all singles. Tell them I said stay out the hump zone.
Stay out the HZ.
Stay out the hump zone. Because you can, okay? You just gotta be smart about this thing. All right, what's next?
All right. This is actually it's 7, but it's number 8 because I'm gonna put that other one back in here. I am gonna say, stay out the zone is number 8, but number 7, where we left off, or is for this is for everybody. Do be on good behavior at holiday events with your new or old love. Hashtag no showing out. All right.
No showing out, people.
So, all right.
Have your bedside manners on tap. You know what I'm
Jesus.
saying?
Don't say bedside manners when we just said stay out of the hump zone.
No, I'm saying you know what they mean when
I know. It's just a play on words. It's a play on you get me all the time.
Okay. All right.
But no, seriously. Don't go, ordering extra things. Like, okay, so company party, right? Let me just give y'all company party per plate event. You set your meal ahead of time. Like, so if you have, your spouse, they know ahead of time what to order for you, right? Mm-hmm. Don't get to the event saying, "Ooh, I didn't know I could get that," after you look at somebody else's plate. That's rude. Don't do that. Can I change my order? No. What did you send in for? What did you pre-apply for?
Listen.
Right? Stick with that. All right. So that's one thing. Don't go in there trying to change up things. The next thing, don't go in being all loud and this is just my personality. It's just who I am. Leave some of that at home.
Everybody don't deserve all of who you are.
You got that.
They just don't. Like, they just don't. Like, no. Just say no. Just shut yourself up. Nobody needs to know all that. Okay? What's up, daughter? Good to see you. I'm going to say that one more time. No, nobody needs to know all you. Okay?
Nobody needs to know all of you. The other thing is, when you go, how you look when you go somewhere. Okay, so let's go here.
Oh, you gonna open that up? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm opening it right up.
Go ahead.
Because what you may think is appropriate for your personal situation or your family, if you are invited to, and like I said, this is if it's a new relationship or old. If you get that invitation to a family event as a new relationship,
oh my God,
if you gotta Google what to wear meeting someone's family for the first time, if you need to DM us to ask, what should I wear? I'm meeting this person. Text me a picture. Does this look okay? Because you only get one time, and they say it, you only get one time to make a first impression. You do not need to go up into somebody's home to their family event looking like Bozo the doggone clown because you felt like I wanted to have on my spider lashes. I told y'all I love lashes, but sometimes things are too much for a first appearance.
Where are the Pentecostal church mothers when you need them? Listen, y'all, you need to go talk.
She's in here somewhere. She's in here. Mother Hansborough, you got live.
Pentecostal church mothers are going to step up to the plate and start getting these young ladies together. These young ladies and young men. You know what I'm saying? We need to get them together.
Lonza said, "I'm wearing hoochie daddies. I need you to stop that.
I will whoop you.
Stop that right now.
I will take my whole belt off and go to town." What? I thought Jennifer, she had something.
She said, "Put cookies away, ladies. Put the cookies away. Please. First impressions matter." Exactly. Okay. She said, so I'm saying work event. She said, or with someone's family. Let's just go ahead and run it down. Go ahead.
Okay. So, if you are at an event, right? It can be at church. It can be at work. It can be just at a friend's or family member's house, right? I need all your breasts to be covered.
The only breast on the tape should be the ones on the table.
Should be the chicken. The part that came from the chicken. If I have to cover my eyes when I have to walk up to you to keep myself from seeing something I ain't got no business seeing, you showing too much, ma'am.
Yes.
And you are showing yourself to be a thirst trap. Stop being so thirsty out here. You got your whole butt and your whole breast side out. Nobody needs to see that. I don't care if you single. You setting yourself up for failure, man.
Absolutely.
You know, and leave something to be desired.
Leave something for the imagination. Don't be scantily clad. As they
My
say,
God.
you're gonna catch frostbite in the wrong places.
My Lord,
that's just a practical note, right? My mom used to say, "You gonna get pneumonia in the butt." What is that?
That some of y'all deserve to get pneumonia in the butt the way y'all be dressing out here.
And that was literally.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Spandex is not an outfit.
It's not
an outfit.
Pants. It's not pants to wear to work.
It's not pants to wear to work, to church. No. Okay. No, let me say this.
Clarify.
If you are pregnant, you are excused to wear. If you are pregnant, you are excused to wear spandex. You need to have a shirt covering your butt.
Yes.
I need your whole booty butt to be covered. I don't want, listen, and I my eyes have been trained. I'm not looking, but I don't need to accidentally run into it.
Because you might accidentally run into it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Dr. Brown says, speaking in tongues as the flesh gives utterance. You got that right. Coming up in there.
Listen.
Shaking and shimmying.
You just wiggling and jiggling all over the place. Stop it.
Jen said, all of them. Cover them up. That ain't religious control. That's respect for yourself and those around you. Absolutely right. Listen, absolutely right.
And men, I ain't done with y'all.
Men, you're not exempt.
Okay, men. All right.
We don't need no BGs.
Oh, all right.
You know what I mean by BGs?
Butt and guts.
No.
What?
B grabbers. I'm not gonna, I can't say it. I was, that's Billy's stuff. He's on a roll. I'm gonna let him say it.
Well, men, your pants need to have a little bit of room.
Little room in the.
We don't need your pants grabbing your balls, okay? We don't need your balls having a whole conversation in front of the whole congregation while you on stage.
Or whoever.
And the women in the you standing up there, and the only thing they can see is between your legs. I need you to put some space there, player. Okay,
get it under control.
I need you to get your whole situation under control.
So butts and guts. So BGs. What I was saying was the B grabbers, like those pants that are so tight that they're just grabbing. They're just grabbing, and I'm like, man, he's singing soprano, speaking soprano, because you gotta be.
They got his balls in a chokehold,
right? So that's one form, and then the other part is butts and guts. When literally everything is just so tight that everything's sticking out.
Only thing you see is
sticking out.
Butt and gut. That's all you see. You'll see nothing else.
Strategic formation. Oh, that was good. Attention. I love it. Listen, y'all, this is good to me.
Oh my God.
And Joe said, he's like, we've been coming kind of with some serious, heavy, and this is serious, but we've been coming hot and heavy the last couple of weeks, but we just needed to kind of lighten it up tonight and talk about things that really are that need to be highlighted during the holidays, whether you're in a new relationship, old relationship. We started out with things for the newbies, just to kind of give you some tips. But now we're kind of moving into that next space.
Let me say this.
Jen said, male version of Muffin Top. Got it.
Absolutely.
Yep. Perfect.
Let me say this. You gotta know,
Lonza.
You gotta know when you have a butt or you have a booty butt. Okay? I'm gonna explain.
Is that extra?
When you got a booty butt, that means you got a whole lot of real estate back there. And that means it's gonna take a whole lot of fabric to cover that whole lot of booty butt.
And it's okay.
Listen, but I need you to get that fabric and cover that booty butt. You know you got a big old butt. You know. You don't. You will walk around here like, girl, I can't. Oh, look. No.
Listen.
No. Ooh, look, nothing.
Listen.
Cover your booty butt.
Usually it's your girl at 10 p.m. who is out of control and not responsible for the things I say. That's my little disclaimer, little funny thing. He's on it tonight.
It needs to be said. I'll be the old church deacon. I'll do it.
Lonza said, don't be wearing things that make grandma pull her glasses down.
Listen.
Then he said, if your behind is a watermelon, Don't put on the pull-on pants. Again, I'm gonna post that for y'all if you missed that. If you're behind as a watermelon, don't put on the pull-on pants, and not with it. Listen, not without some coverage over it.
Because there are ways to limit your booty butt being all the way out.
Yeah.
They got a shirt called the long line shirt. Okay. And what the long line shirt is it has the swoop in the front and the swoop in the back. Now, I need you to get the appropriate size because it does no good if it's too short because it's too tight. Okay? I need you to have the appropriate size. Hear me and hear me clearly.
Go a size up. Don't even worry about it.
Go a size up. Cover your whole butt. Okay?
Wait a minute. We got some. Wait a minute. Jen said, a whole lot of real estate back there. I'm so done. Thank you all for this. I'm ready for bed with a smile. Love you too.
Love you too.
Lonza said, because my cousin will follow you behind all night. Oh, God. Dr. Brown said, Rex in effect. All I want to do is zoom, zoom, zoom.
In the boom, boom. Just shake your rump.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, if y'all don't know, that's from the 90s for those of you that don't know that reference. But yeah, this has been good to me tonight.
I'm just saying, you know.
And and we laugh and we joke and we say, we're not close to the vest around here because people need to hear it just how it's said. Just need to put it out there. Jen is on.
Yeah, she with us. But listen, people, we want y'all to be successful out here in these holy streets. Okay, we want you to be able to serve God with gladness, with fear in your heart,
and not madness.
We want you to be able to be successful in your relationship endeavors. Okay, but most of all, we want you to cover your booty butt. Okay, want you to do that. Want you to work on being in control of your emotions and your feelings during this time of year. Want you to work on how you're talking to people. I want you to work on giving people their space because sometimes people need their space.
Who is this, Reverend?
Okay. And most of all, I want you to have a holly, jolly Christmas.
Oh, this can't be happening. This cannot be happening.
But yeah, man, we want y'all to be successful as you singles. We want y'all to be successful when you go out here in these streets and you represent not just yourself, but you representing people the person that you with. You represent your mama and your daddy. You represent their mama and their daddy. We need you to care about that.
Right. You need to care.
Okay. Well, people, we have given you some good time on tonight. And you have given us
some great time of engagement.
Yes,
this is one of my favorites.
So we are going to be setting up some intentional moments of community. We're going to do that here in Louisville, and we're going to do that in Columbus, Ohio as well. We want you guys to come out, hang out with us. So we'll have some dates coming up here in the next couple of weeks. We certainly got to get our good friend, Dr. Patrick, in the house with us because we're going to have some fun, and he just brings fun with him. You understand what I'm saying? We got to get Elder Sis in the house with us. We got to get the Gibbs in the house with us. We got to get all of our brothers and sisters in the house with us. We got to get everybody, Brian and Amy. We need the Elliots. We need the Glasses. We need Mom and Pop. We need everybody in the house. You understand what I'm saying? So that we can throw down. We need the Haygoods in the house. We need everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of the Haygoods, we will be in Columbus in January for me. So that's Marriage Village and Extreme Relationships. That date is forthcoming. We will be in Columbus, Ohio in January. We will also be at in Baltimore, Maryland for a seat at the table. That's Baltimore, right, Lonza? Because I get Baltimore and Pennsylvania. I mix those places. Not mix the places up, but mix the events up sometimes. And so a seat at the table Baltimore, Maryland, and then we are doing Lonzo, put the February, put both of
Put
those
both of
in.
them out there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you could, January and February. So we'll be on the East Coast, y'all. Y'all can join us there. We would love to see y'all in the place. Gonna be phenomenal times, both of those times. Oh, he said it's there. All right.
If you can
Perfect.
listen, this is what I need you to do. If you can be there, right? I need you to support our family in the village. We are all one, man. We support one another. We'll be with them, they'll be with us. We need y'all to be there. Get in the house, man. Because it's good to just have people there that can give live and in color testimonies. What's that?
So he says, don't forget the Marriage Prophet Workshop, December 18th.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So December 18th. So we got one more night, one more in this series, holiday do's and don'ts for relationships. And then on the 18th, in lieu of Marriage Village Mondays at 9, we are doing the Marriage Prophetic Workshop, and it's December 18th. It'll be online. We'll be partnering with our lovely family, the Gibbs Training Center, Maryland. It is from 7 to 9 p.m. It'll be a live online event. It's Ugly Sweater and Welcome Zoom December 15th. Okay, no, I got my things mixed up. So Ugly Sweater and Welcome Zoom December 15th at 8 p.m. Seat at the Table, Maryland, January 13th. Brunch Uncuffed. Uncuffed is in PA, February 16th through 18th in Lebanon, PA. So we'll have, there's flyers for each of these events. We'll go ahead and get it all in a way that sounds appropriate, because I just kind of ran through that. But those are 3 upcoming events. The most important, the first of those to be on notice with, is that on that Monday, December the 18th, we are doing that Marriage Prophetic Power Shop, and that is an online event. And then that's okay. No, Lonza, because I'm a part of that Ugly Sweater and Wellness event. My brain is all over the place, but you all want to jump in, tag in on those if you can. We would love to have you all in any of those events that you can participate in.
And Dr. Patrick, if you have any online events that you're doing, please put those in all of y'all, Dr. Patrick, the glasses, anyone on here who's doing something online or in person. If you have the date, just make sure you put it in the comments field so we can share that with everybody.
Yeah, and we also share everything on the page as well. So if you visit the Marriage Village page, it will be there as well for you.
Yeah.
All right, family.
Well, people, it's been real. We love you guys, and we will see you next Monday.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Later.
Peace.